Hello, buddy. Very warm welcome to this episode of Cool Friends. We go to Adfin Towers, we get a little tour of the place, and we get to sit down with some very important people over at Adfin. You'll get to learn what Adfin's plans are, where they've been, where they're going, and everything else in between. I love these episodes, and hopefully you love them too. And if you did, why don't give us a like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and we'll make sure that we can keep producing content. Also, this is our first time using Producer Kelly, so give us some love in the comments. Let us know what you think of the overall aesthetics, the position of the cameras, all that sort of stuff, and we can go from there. So sit back, enjoy, and listen to some cool friends from Ask the Accountant. Hello, buddy, and very warm welcome to this special podcast where we're here at Adfin Towers. I'm calling it. You happy
Adfin Towers, yeah.
Yeah, you happy with
with
that?
I like that.
That works, yeah. We're here at Adfin Towers to show you one of the coolest of cool locations that we could think of, which is Adfin's office, where they've got, what is it, 3 floors now?
3 floors
Three
so far.
And you started in the basement, right?
We started in the basement. We've gradually been moving up. So basement, then we went to floor 1, 2, 3. We're now gunning for the ground floor.
Oh, you've got to go for that?
Gunning, yeah.
There's no
they
room.
don't yet, no.
You can't
so
build
we'll see.
upwards then. You can't like get sky, you know, was it?
Anything's possible.
Okay.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, why are you here? Talk to me. Well, who are you and why are you here? Go for it. Tell the wonderful people.
Yeah, sure. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know what you were going to ask. Big first question. So yeah, I'm Sam, CPO and co-founder at Adfin. So yeah, I've been at Adfin since the very beginning in the dark basement, where we started building a payment platform for accountants and bookkeepers. So we met 50, 100 accountants over the course of a couple of months. We spoke to them. We understood, what are their bugbears today with collecting payments? What could we do to help? And we started building. So that's always been our philosophy since the beginning. Like, how do we work very, very closely with customers, listen to their feedback, listen to the things that they don't like about the current solutions and the things that they can't do with the current solutions, and then build and make people happy. That's the aim.
I will definitely back you up on the idea that you build to fix, right? Because we were having a conversation about it before. One thing that stood out for me in Adfin was you came into quite a populated place, right? There was already established players in the game. It's safe to say, right? And there were various success and various levels of competence and everything else with their workflow and everything else. But I'll always remember kind of seeing you guys. It was the tea that first attracted me to you. So your Adfin tea was a great marketing push that got us like, okay, I'm interested here, especially when we had another solution that was like in their coffee as well. It kind of gives us a bit of opportunity, a bit of tribal, right?
Variety is the spice of life.
You've learned that accountants, bookkeepers love a bit of tribal, right? Like we'll pick one and we'll fight for it, right? So we had that element there. But the first thing I spoke to you guys was, you were kind of like selling me this dream and everything else, like every vendor does, right? That's what vendors do, right? We sell us a dream. And I remember listening in and going, okay. And I almost at one point, it's like, just stop there. I'm sorted with my payments provider. I don't need to worry about this. Like naivety, right? And from my point of view. And that's what your whole world, isn't it? Is to how to open people's minds up to think about if they've not got one, and B, if they have, how are you better, right? And what you, to your credit, that you did from day one, that point about speaking to 150 plus accountants, when you spoke to me, you listened to my pain points, you understood my pain points, and you went a step further and you got some of the developers to start actually building solutions to fix it, right? Because mine was tightly integrated with QuickBooks, and you were like, well, have you thought about this? And then we even sat down and built a little workflow that's still in product now of how to solve that. And I think that's credit to how you've been able to kind of innovate and push there. And where did that come from? Is that from day one? Has it been, well, we have to speak to the accountants, we have to do that? Because or is it just something you've had to learn over time as the way for you to kind of improve on it? Where's that come from? Because I would say that's your USP.
Yeah, great question. Where does it come from? I think actually none of us previously, before Adfin, had worked closely with accountants and bookkeepers in that capacity. So it was very new for us. I think something we loved about kind of this space is accountants and bookkeepers are very focused on, right, how do they leverage the best possible new technology in order to improve their practice and improve their client experience.
Yeah.
So from a kind of building software perspective, that's a dream, because you've got a set of people who are like really keen to actually give you feedback and feed into that. They typically are very eager to be early adopters of new tech. It's not always perfect, right? Adfin a couple of years ago, there were bugs in it. There were challenges. Yeah. It's like, as you build something, you have growing pains. So we found ultimately a set of people who are kind of patient, keen to be involved, and were keen to help us kind of build something big. So I think we tried it worked, and we kept on doing more. Probably that simple.
Love that. And do you think it was by accident though that you kind of, or was it intentional that you've made it almost a little bit fun? You know what I mean? Like, and it's in the nicest possible way. Same with us as accountants, bookkeepers. We're dealing with such a drier topic, right? Like accounts, bookkeeping, VAT returns. Like for some people, can put them to sleep, right? But it's so critical to a business. Like we're fighting the same fight, right? We're trying to help small businesses get away with all the rubbish that's doing, and let them just be great butchers, bakers, whatever they want to be, right? Like that's our role, isn't it? In trying to support them. But you guys seem to find a way to make it fun. Like I'll always remember when you sign up for the thing, you get like a little, like almost an award come through. Like where's that philosophy come from? Is it? But did you just see the space and go, it's dull and let's make it better? Or was it? It's just is it just what you always wanted to do?
I mean, I've now worked in the payment space for about 10 years. And it's fair to say that if you say you work in payments, you either get a look of kind of confusion or no interest. So it doesn't set a kind of party alive. But payments is one of these like interesting industries, similar to accounting, that actually like the complexities of it make for like very complex challenges and problems that are actually very like interesting and rewarding to solve. So I think that's like, that you kind of see that at the same time. Ultimately, what's the point of life and running a bit? Let's have fun, right? So we try and reflect that in, not only how we kind of build the brand and how we do business and how we have what I think are quite fun events, and we invite the funnest people along from the industry. We also try and hire very fun people who obviously work very hard, are very smart, but also they're really in Adfin to ultimately have a good time. It's kind of part of their life as well. I think that kind of reflects back. So, I always think if you walk around a conference, you can kind of tell the people at a stand who maybe don't love their colleagues because they're not having the best time. Whereas Adfin, you kind of see these people and they're buzzing 100%. And they're talking to clients, they're having a really good time. So, I think that's really important as well. And off the back of that, obviously, it enables deeper relationships, and then it all comes back to being able to build a great product with our clients. So.
Yeah, because you definitely have gone through let's have people who have personality, character, whatever the phrase might be, because we don't just see Adfin as Adfin, right? We see it as the individuals, and when you go up and win your awards, you've had to Digital Disruptor and the Luca Awards and everything like that. We don't remember Adfin going up there. We remember you guys going up there. Do you know what I mean? Like you've already been able to build that personality wise. How do you think you've been able to do that in such a short amount of time? What's been like secrets to that?
Ooh, good question. We do spend a lot of time on hiring.
Yeah.
A lot of time. In the room we're in now, I've probably done hundreds of interviews. I was actually saying yesterday, now like sometimes a bit awkward because we're like around London, I'll bump into people who we interviewed months ago. Oh, no. And we had so many we spend a lot of time making sure that we hire the best possible people, and they're like a really good fit for not only for like the business and the Adfin, but also that our clients are ultimately going to love talking to them, and they'll be able to build a relationship. So I think that's probably the biggest part of it. And then it's, ultimately, how do you build a culture? We make sure that, not only do we work very hard, but we go out and we have a lot of fun. We have team drinks. There's like a good atmosphere in the office. We're actually in the office 5 days a week, but ultimately, that then kind of builds an environment and a culture, and
Yeah, you can definitely tell. And I think that comes also from, like you mentioned before, those events and stuff. Whose idea was it? Because you've been taking events, for me, a very different approach than others, especially new to the game, right? You've made sure you're involved in the after parties. You've got a bus that's been travelling around. Where are those sort of ideas? Because you're definitely setting yourself up as there's that culture, as you said there. It isn't just in these four walls. You're kind of spreading that around.
Good question. I'm going to have to give credit to Tom for the TVAC. That was kind of his wacky idea, which was, I guess, a couple of years ago now. He had the idea at some point, and we spent not that long, a couple of weeks fleshing it out. Then Nathan, who was kind of one of our early employees to join, his mate spruced up the van for us.
Is that really what it was? Oh, wow. Yeah.
So he took that, and then we kind of took it out. It seemed to work. People liked it, so we did more of it. I think the parties and the events, again, it's like, it's what we enjoy doing. I'm not going to dress it up to be some genius idea. It's kind of like, what are we going to really enjoy and get into? We're going to enjoy throwing a party where there's people there who'll come and have a good time. We like having a drink, chatting to those people. Great, everyone has a good time. It's probably
good
that
pizza
simple.
at the last one.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah, I think to some extent you shouldn't try and kind of fake these things, right?
I think that's right.
If you throw an event and it's like you're not going to enjoy it, it's probably other people won't enjoy it either. And it comes back to that culture and mentality, right? You've got. It doesn't matter what team members you send to that event. You know that they're going to put their all into it, and they're going to make it worthwhile. Okay, what about the platform itself? Because that has changed considerably over the last 12 months, maybe whatever it's going to be. So where's these innovations coming from? Because we've got just the ones that have like really stood out and helped us sell the product to either clients or to our staff members and everything else. It's been automatic late payments, like this new AI-ness where it can help you, chase debts and everything else. Where is these sort of innovations coming from? Because again, we're talking about an industry that's never really sold it as quote unquote sexy, right? But you're putting features in there that people are taking notice of. Where are they coming from? And there's two reasons like a business will use Adfin. It's first of all, I can get paid faster. I can get my cash in faster. And the second one is I can actually spend less time on these kind of manual processes that go around that. So they go hand in hand. So the approach we take when we're looking at kind of new features and functionality is like, what could we do that enables one of our clients to either get cash in significantly faster or cut out like a manual process that they're doing today. So to do that, I think on the manual process, like ultimately we figure out where, someone who is managing receivables or a credit controller, like what does their day look like? Where do they feel like they're spending time in their day, which maybe is like overall lower value, but takes a lot of time up? And then what could we build to free them up from doing that? So, a good example is a credit controller, like what might their day look like before Adfin? They're probably coming into work, they have a big Excel of all of their clients. They're looking at different systems to understand, right, what's the kind of status of a payment, what's the overdue amount. They're then writing emails, they're kind of checking things. So it's like, what should they really be doing is probably they should actually be prioritizing, right, I could give this client a call and I've got the data to hand and I know immediately what's due and I don't have to go and manually. So it's like, that's kind of, the approach we've taken, right? You can automate the emailing, you have perfect visibility on status, you don't have to manually reconcile. So that's one side of it. I think the other side, how do you get paid faster? that again, it's kind of, we go out, we talk to people, we figure out what is out there on the radar. So it might be something like late fees. We've also looked at things like early payment discounts. We've looked at a few other things, and it's like, based on what we think would be the most kind of likely to be used, based on client feedback, versus the complexity of us building it, and then sequencing it. So those things can be a bit more speculative, because something like late fees, for example, the feedback we always received was, actually, of the 100 odd people we spoke to on late fees, most weren't using it, and most had never used late fees, but they'd never used them due to the complexity of the admin around it. Yeah. So it's kind of like, we take a bit of a punt, right? If we solve for the admin, would you use it? People are using it, and it's having really, really great results. So that's good. But it's kind of a bit more speculative sometimes than the time-saving work.
Well, full transparency outside, we have it built into our engagement letter. We have this threat that we're going to do it, and we've never implemented it once until we used it in the auto flow from yours. Because you're right? Like, it took away that admin. And I think as well, like, you're talking there about, a credit controller full-time job. And you can save them time and streamline their work. Definitely. I'm fully on board with that. But also, it's the ones where credit control is not their full-time job, right? It is just part and parcel of that particular person's role or anything else. In our firm, we were getting up to like 2 to 3 hours a week of one person having to go do that. But they've actually got a whole portfolio of clients to manage at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So what you're really doing is you're giving them back time to go and do the stuff that they can actually, probably enjoy the most, right? Like, that's why they're working for that firm or working for that role. And B, you're giving them time to go out and they'd be far more productive as as the business owner. That's what we want them to do, isn't it? To go out there. So I feel like it's one of those topics, isn't it, where no one really goes and like talks about it enough, but there's so much admin involved, so much pain, so much thing, and like systems like yours are designed to go, right, how do we strip that back, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. I think, to your point, it's kind of, actually, probably most of our clients, it is someone who's not in a dedicated credit controller role.
Exactly.
Doing that. And then, when it is a dedicated controller, what you hear is they want more time to like build a relationship with the client and really like get that going, versus, this client hasn't paid 100 quid and I'm now going to chase them an email. So,
A little birdie tells me you're looking to make this platform a little bit less UK centric. Is that right? Is that what the plan is going forward?
Yeah. So we've always thought of Adfin from the get-go as like one day being a global business.
Nice.
I think, all of us have kind of worked in global businesses before. We love like the,
right.
Like the challenge and the kind of, the challenges that throws up. And it's just, ultimately, we want to travel to sexy places. That's it. Right. But so we've always thought about that. The approach we've taken is, we're very, very keen on like absolutely nailing the UK and like the core product before we do that. And we've still got some things we'd like to do. So we're like really pleased with where the product is. At the same time, we don't want to distract like product development and the team until we're like 100% there. So it's certainly something we will do. Like, where that ends up being, we haven't done detailed work and discovery on that at that point. At this point, sorry. I think, what's always on the radar, the US, naturally, from a, kind of doing business and language perspective, it's much easier than trying to kind of conquer the individual nation states of Europe. So again, we've tried that in other businesses before, and it's been very challenging. It's kind of likely that we'd be looking towards the US. But at the same time, full focus right now is how we continue to ultimately build out the best possible product in the UK, and make that work in the best possible way for accountants, bookkeepers, but also their clients, and how we make it very easy for not only an accountant to use Adfin for their own payments and their own credit control, but also set up Adfin for maybe 30 of their clients to use with direct debits and one-off payments and managing credit control and kind of all of these various things that we can help with.
Yeah, 100%, because it becomes system advisory, right? Like we as accountants, bookkeepers keep getting told that our jobs are on the line because of AI, and you can either believe that or not believe that, right? That's not for debate here. But the fact that you're giving a tool to accountants that they can go out and, like you said, do a bit of system advisory and teach them a best practice on how to maybe even run their credit control for them, because you've streamlined that system and made that easy for them. And you talk about product innovation, and you're giving that tools for accountants to finally be able to do that, where before there's no chance we could have done that. If they had, like you said, there multiple payment solutions and multiple everything else, like that would be a very, very costly and probably not worthwhile endeavor for accountants to do, right?
Yeah.
But if you streamline it and make it easier, then it's there. And I think also, you're talking about this potential going into US or wherever going forward. That's only going to benefit the UK clients as well, because it means that they're going to have opportunities to, I assume, take payments from international. You know what I mean? Like it's all for the greater good, isn't it? And I think that's where, if you look back at the 12 months of all the innovation that's come and where we are now, you've got to be really excited for the next period of it, right?
Oh yeah. I think now, I mean, it's always fun, but I think now's the really fun bit. Like we're growing really nicely. The team is building out more. There's we're really pleased with where the core product is. We know there's always more work to do, right? It's like I think a new joiner said a couple of weeks ago, they're like, wow, that is a lot of work that admin gets through in a week. It's like the pace is like pretty insane. But I think that makes it really fun. And even you said, like, as you said, admin's very different to how it was 12 months ago. To be honest, it's very, very different to how it was 3 months ago. And I think in 3 months' time, it will look very different again. So.
Yeah, we've got to stop looking at year and quarters, isn't it?
People ask me in interviews, they're like, what do you do? Like, what are your biggest objectives for the next 12 months? Or like, 12 months is a long time. I can't quite think more, maybe 3 months.
We'll be here all night, Dave, if we talk about 12 months.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, you mentioned fun there, so we're gonna swing this meeting around to probably the most important topic that we're going to cover during this little endeavor to look at this cool location. And that is the mugs.
Oh,
yeah.
I wondered where you're going there.
Yeah. So full transparency of what's happened here. You created quite a stir, because you came to the market with this bullish idea, and you came with this tea, and this tea then came with mugs. Now we're gonna have to go through these. So take this one and describe. This is version 1, right?
Okay, this is version 1.
Yeah.
So you've got a nice kind of beige bottom here.
Yeah.
I'm not actually a big fan of this version. I'm not gonna. This is the version I have in my house,
and that's the one that people get controversial with, right?
Yeah,
because they didn't.
You know, it caused a stir.
Good use term there. Yeah, good stir. Oh. Yeah. I see what you did there.
Any good PR is good PR.
Yeah.
And we have on here, get paid super fast.
Super fast. Yeah.
So that's the key here. So that was version 1.
Version 1.
It's been very well used.
So that's a positive, right? Obviously, well loved.
Well loved.
Well loved. Now
there aren't many around though.
Now let's be critical. What part of that are you thinking we need to take through to version 2, and what part do you think had to be dropped?
Yeah, I think the beige bottom was kind of weird, wasn't it? That's people didn't quite get that. Now, but I think shape-wise, pretty good.
I'm thinking there must have been a different version, because I remember that Adfin logo wasn't quite right.
I think it was a lot smaller. I think there was one.
Or was it on the other side? I think people were scolding themselves trying to show the Adfin thing off.
So left-handed.
Yeah. All right. So version 1, you got people talking, right?
Got people talking.
Then you started innovating. Talk me through version 2.
Innovation's pretty generous, isn't it? But still on the left-hand side. So maybe it was. So
I think that's
nice shape still.
Yeah. But talk me through the design choice of going from that beige bottom to. I mean, what would you class this one as?
It's kind of beige everything.
Yeah.
Beige everything. But I think it's much cleaner. We've kind of got a slight flare out at the top, so I think that helps disperse heat.
Oh, is that what it was? Right, it was
that was the thinking.
Technical update. Right.
We interviewed a couple of hundred people.
Version 2.
That's what I spend my days on admin doing. It's like, can I watch you drink the tea?
You're not doing it right.
People thought that was weird. The version we went with just get paid.
Yes.
this one. So just get paid, not get paid super fast. So you're kind of slowing
It
things
feels
down,
like that's a step back. You know.
but this is where we had the trademark at this point. So yeah, just get paid. Trademark. We're pretty happy with that.
Now, was there a cork version, or am I making this up? Because I'm pretty sure there was like a cork base. Does that ring any bells? Was there a version 1.5?
I think you're getting a cork base.
I'm sure there was a cork base.
Maybe you got a special collector's edition.
Maybe is that what it was?
Even I didn't get one.
And now the final form. That taught me through this. I mean, come on, look, we've gone through innovation after innovation. So we've continued the flair.
So this is part of our wider rebrand.
Yes.
Of Adfin. So we did. So when we first did the Adfin brand, we actually we did the entire brand in probably the space of about 3 days before Accountex London 2024. So for a brief amount of time, probably 2025.
It was the last Accountex. Yeah.
So for a brief amount of time, we did have a different name. We first incorporated, we were called Inbox.
Really?
Inbox. Yeah. Inboxes in your inbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Anyway, I won't get into that.
Yeah.
So we did the whole brand in a couple of days when we went to Accountex. So earlier this year, we were kind of keen to, think about maturing the brand a bit and give a bit more kind of meaning and purpose to it. So we went through an exercise. I won't talk you through. It's a very long slide deck somewhere. I was thinking. Anyway, this is what we ended up with. So new logo, new kind of brand format, and a much bolder Adfin.
I like it.
Because we want to make sure that Adfin is, you remember it.
The brand this time.
You see it. And you're like, this is, I get it. So that's what we went with here. And we liked the shape of the smug.
I was going to say, you haven't innovated as much, is it? It's more of a...
We didn't actually change much. Yeah. It's a couple of millimeters higher. I think.
Oh, right. Okay.
Maybe maybe behind this we'd pre-ordered 10,000 of this shape. I'm not going to sell stuff here.
I'm going to put you on the spot now, though. So version 4, what would you want to see? Like, what is it that...
You know what? The dream I'd like to see. A coffee version.
Coffee? Well, that is controversial.
I'm actually not a big tea drinker. That's the plot twist. I drink a lot of herbal tea, so this works well. I'd quite like to the blocky design.
Oh, so
it could be quite sharp.
Because tell me if I'm wrong. But every time I see the new Adfin, I'm thinking like retro game. I'm thinking like Pac-Man, something like that.
People say that.
So do you reckon
what it's meant to be is kind of order out of chaos? That's the theme we're coming with. Yeah, and the kind of blocks come together to create order. And, but it is a bit like that.
Yeah. So could you play on that? Maybe is there a future?
Order out. I mean, build your own mug.
Well, I am thinking there's a lot of pressure on your version 4. I'm not going to lie to you.
Live drinking out of this.
Version 4, you have got a lot of pressure on your hands here because the community has a big expectation. I actually don't know if we can call this version 3. I think this is version 2 and a bit.
2 and a bit.
Yeah.
It's a rebrand of 2.
We need.
Okay, we'll dive.
And I'm sure there's a cork version as well somewhere. I promise I've not made that up. So. There's a lot of pressure. I think Adfin is in safe hands, but this mug game, I think that could be...
Needs to be upped. We haven't been spending enough time on the mugs. That's clear.
Next hire, is that what you're saying?
Stop talking to customers.
Next hire is just pure mug. mug innovator.
Head of mugs. Okay.
Bring that in.
Head of mugs. Well, we know he's very passionate, so maybe if you
we'll be reviewing it, don't you worry. That'll be first on the agenda. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for giving us your time. Thank you very much for letting us chew your ear off and show us this wonderful office. Anything you want to plug or plug away while we're here?
Plug. There probably should be, but I haven't really planned much. So I'd just say, thank you very much for coming into our office. We, as always, there's lots of new things coming. Endless new things. Yeah. So keep an eye out. In August, we're kind of building a lot of foundations for some big new releases into the rest of the year. So
that's
stay
what
tuned.
we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. And where's the best place for them to keep on top of all this innovation? Is it your socials or?
Yeah, very
would
good
you push
question. Yeah, give us a follow on LinkedIn.
Yep, yep.
And yeah, you can subscribe to emails as well. Yeah, you have to be living under a rock to we kind of shout from the rooftop. So yeah, just don't ignore us and you'll see it.
Keep an eye out for the bus or the van,
bus.
isn't it? The van.
We could upgrade it to a bus. Yeah,
maybe you need whoever comes in for the mug should also be in charge of the. There's a role there. I hate to be spending your money, but
upgrade.
This is the stuff that's important.
Yeah. It's good to know what the people care about.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of your wonderful office.
Excellent.
Thank you. And there we have it. There was our episode of Ask the Accountant. We have cool friends. And if you like this, and don't forget you're in the right place for all things to do with the world of accountancy and everything in between, including bookkeeping, tech labs, making tax digital, everything that comes with it. You're in the right place. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and we'll make sure you get the content coming your way. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.